Hello. Good morning. And thanks for being here with me as I take a walk and chit chat. Today, I just wanted to speak on walking away from relationships. This is coming from a very personal place. I mean, everything I talk about, there's probably going to be some personal context to it. But I recently walked away from a romantic relationship, and there wasn't necessarily anything wrong. I grew up watching, different Disney movies and love stories. I'm a lover girl at heart, and so I love a good love story. Romantic comedies have a special place in my heart specifically, but growing up, it was always the fairy tale ending of, the girl getting with the guy or the guy getting with the girl, and they live happily ever after, and they're just forever in love, and they overcome any and all obstacles and whatever. And with that kind of mentality, or with that kind of imagery and portrayal of love and relationships, not always romantic, sometimes platonic relationships, friendships, and things like that, I had this idea in my head for a long time that relationships last forever. Romantic, platonic, they just last forever. And it wasn't until more recently, I would say like my college years, that I've realized that that's not necessarily the case. And really, there's going to come, different relationships in life that aren't going to last. And it's not a bad thing. I remember the first time me and a friend drifted apart, and I was distraught. Honestly, I was like, okay, but what do you mean we're not going to be friends anymore? Like, I thought that, okay, we did the things. We, were separated, weren't really talking. We came together and communicated about, our side of the story and what happened, and saw eye to eye, and really just clarified a lot of things for each other. And after that, in my head, I thought, okay, so we've done all this talking, we've communicated. Now we're going to go back to being the friends we were prior to, us drifting apart. And when that didn't happen, I genuinely was like, okay, like, what is this? Like, what is happening? And it took time and walking away from other relationships to realize that that's just life, and that's just how things happen, for better or worse, but it's our job to kind of find the better in those situations, even when it feels like the absolute worst. Just recently, I mentioned earlier that I ended this romantic relationship with this guy, and like I said, nothing wrong took place. Like, he didn't do me wrong or cheat on me or, anything extreme that you may think would warrant, like, okay, girl, you gotta leave him. None of that happened. But I just recognized that, what I want in this season of life, what I want out of a romantic relationship, I'm not getting out of this relationship. And we talked it through. We were long distance, and I talked to him on the phone about it, and it just boiled down to, like, look, he didn't have the time to devote to me or the relationship that we were building, and I wasn't willing to wait. I didn't want to wait for him to be ready, and I didn't want to kind of stand around and hope that, okay, well, with time, you know, things will change and he'll be able to give me the attention that I want. I didn't want to wait. And that can sound a little bratty, but honestly, I don't think it is. I think it's just me not wanting to settle for less than what I want. I'm a very content individual. Well, that's not how I want to say it. I'm content by myself, is what I meant to say. I am not one of those girlies who fears being single. I embrace it. I enjoy it. And so that I don't have a problem being single. And in fact, I probably prefer it, if I'm being honest. But with that being said, if I'm going to be in a romantic relationship with someone, period, I want it to add to my life and in a beautiful way. And not to say that this guy wasn't doing that, but in terms of, like, again, the romantic aspect of it, I want to be loved and I want to be able to talk to the man I want to on a regular basis, a consistent basis. I want to be able to physically be in their presence, and I want them to be active in my life, be present in my life, and I want to also be present in theirs. And this guy, he just, with everything he's got going on with his career and everything, it wasn't gonna be that way, at least for a while. And like I said, I didn't want to wait, and so I was like, you know what, I just won't wait. And there's no animosity, there's no bad feelings between us. Like I said, we talked on the phone about it and, you know, came to the decision. Like, I brought up us not talking anymore, but he also agreed. And so it was, you know, a mutual decision that we came to together. So I don't have any ill feelings towards him, nor he to me. And I'm grateful for that. I'm grateful that we could both kind of walk away from it with easy hearts, I guess is the best way to put it. And I feel really good. I feel really light, I guess is the best way to put it. And yeah, I say all this to say that not all relationships last forever, and that's okay. Some people are in your life for a season, and when the season is over, you have to say goodbye. But there's always something to be learned from these relationships, and that's what I'm starting to realize and appreciate more now that I've had a few relationships I've let go of over the years, is that there's no regrets. I don't regret how any of the relationships have ended in my life. There's just been a lot of lessons to learn, and that's how you grow and keep moving in life. And there's a quote, I'm not sure by who, but it goes, "You have not met all the people who will love you yet." And I think that's so special. And it makes me excited, you know, like, just in general. You don't have to think about that when a certain relationship ends, but in general in life, you have not met all the people that will love you at this point in time. And so keep that in mind, and I hope that resonates with someone. But I think I'm gonna end this here. Thanks for staying this long if you're still listening. And as my dad likes to say, make sure to exercise your mind, body, and spirit of goodwill today. And until next time, peace and love.